as you've probably already gathered by the title, I'm doing another empties and reviews video. I've decided to call these videos Books, Booze, and Beauty. Sometimes we'll add bonus. Like today I have a couple of items that don't fit into those categories, but since mostly what I have is books, booze, and beauty stuff, so here we go. I got a new job and I actually have time to listen to a lot of audiobooks now. I've only been working there for a short period of time so far, so I've finished 4 since the last video. The first one, and also you may know that I may or may not know that I'm doing the Pop Sugar Reading Challenge, except listening for me it'll be the listening challenge because I'm doing it through Audible. And the next category on their list was a book that was published in this year, and since at the time I was listening to this book, it was only February, so I only had a short amount of 2015 releases of books to find something in, but I did find a pretty good one, I believe. This is the, try not to get the light in there, this is The Glass Arrow. It was pretty good. It was actually really good. It's another one of those dystopian settings that have become so popular in books lately. This one had a little bit of a different feel to it. It was set in a futuristic culture that buys and sells women to use them for wives or for whatever they want. Sort of more like a livestock kind of deal, and when the census is running low, they literally go hunting for them in the surrounding areas around the city. So it's the story of a girl that's been wild her whole life and being captured and getting out, stuff like that. Yeah, so I do recommend it if you like those types of books. The next category was to read a book with a number in the title, and I chose 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I really, really enjoyed this book. I highly recommend it to anyone. Oh, Tor, are you trapped? Sai has him trapped outside the room. For the 3rd time, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Highly recommend it. It's a really good book, and so much so that I bought the personal workbook that goes with it, and I'm going to start going through that, and I'm actually writing a blog series. I'm alternating that with my usual content, and hopefully I'm trying to get some good discussions and opinions, stuff like that started on there, so check that out if you're interested. The next category was to read a book written by someone under 30, and more out of curiosity than anything else, I chose Beneath the Glitter, written by Ellen Blair Fowler of YouTube, of course, and I just kind of wanted to see how they did, and it was pretty good, although pretty below my age range, I believe. I think I'm quite a bit older than their target market is for this book. I would say it's more of a teen book than anything else. The plot was pretty decent though, and it was written in some pretty cute ways, and they had a lot of little cute things that went into it. The next category is to read a book with non-human characters, and I listened to William Shakespeare's Star Wars, episode 4, and it was really funny. I was laughing. I was stifling my laughter while I was listening to it at work in the quiet area and stuff, so it was really funny. If you're listening to it through Audible, the voice actors are really good. You'll probably recognize some of the people that are doing the reading. Highly recommend it. It's basically just Star Wars written in the style of Shakespeare. The whole thing is in iambic pentameter, and I think that's pretty impressive. So the first thing I have in this for this is the Bianco vermouth. Let's see if I can get a good shot of that aside from the lights. There we go. The Bianco vermouth, and it is a white vermouth, but it's not dry. It is sweet, but it's not as sweet as sweet vermouth, the darker vermouth, you know. So I believe that this is actually normally consumed as is or chilled. But I'm not really sure about that, so if you know for sure, let me know. But I actually enjoy using this in martinis. I kind of just want a little bit of sweetness in it. If you watched my last one, you know I had a gin from a St. George gin from a gift set. And I have the other two of them here that I finished. This is the Bouton Ivoire. This is sort of your typical kind of spicy gin. Very well rounded, I would say, for sure. It's definitely a gin for people who like gin. Made a killer martini. My personal favorite from that set was the Terrier gin. And this one, I think you'll either love this or you'll hate this. This tastes like trees. It smells like all of the evergreens ever in the world. It smells and tastes very green, and I just had this over ice and sipped on it like that, and that is all it needed. It was beautiful gin, and I will definitely look into repurchasing this because this is some really good stuff. I have here a just a simple Tisdale Shiraz. I actually didn't drink this. I'm not too fond of the Tisdale wines. Some of them are pretty good. Actually, this one is pretty good, but I was soaking some strawberries in this with some honey and lemon zest and stuff like that, and that's what I used to kind of make that sauce, or to make that syrup around the strawberries, was this, and it just turned out so good. It soaked into the strawberries beautifully. It kept their color very bright, and the strawberry flavoring soaked into this, and honestly, I ate most of the strawberries. Mark liked the syrup that was made with this even more, just over ice cream, and that was that was really good. Of the Lotte Malbec, I love Malbec. It's one of my favorites, absolute favorites. This one wasn't one of my favorite Malbecs. It was good. It just wasn't up there with my favorite. It was average, I guess. And I hate to give, and you can actually still see my 3 for $10 sticker on there. Can you see that? This goes for typically about $12 a bottle. So again, 3 for $10, very good price for me, where I got it from. It was good. I finished it. It was a little harsh. Even after letting it breathe for a little while, it was still a little harsh. But the flavor kind of dropped off like immediately after swallowing it. Like the flavor didn't stick around or anything. So it was kind of weird, actually. Not highly recommended. It was decent. I finished it. It wasn't bad by any means. It was pretty good. It was good, but just not one of my favorites. The next one, the last wine that I have is the Night Harvest Cabernet. The Night Harvest Cabernet. This one was pretty good. This typically goes for between, I would say, about $6 and $12 a bottle. It was a good Cabernet. It was pretty standard. There's not anything too special about it, but I liked it. I liked it. I drank it. Happy to drink it. I'd be happy to drink it again. But like I said, as far as anything special or discerning about it, it was a pretty standard cab. Okay, so I have here a bottle of rum chata. This is definitely a Mark thing. This is definitely my husband's liquor, not mine. It's a little sweet for me, but just sipping on like a small shot of it is kind of how I like to drink it when I do want something sweet. It is very rich, very creamy. He is sometimes not in the mood for it because of that, but when he does want something rich and sweet, he likes to mix this into with a couple of other things into creamy drinks. I think we normally do it with vanilla vodka or whipped vodka or something like that. To finish off the booze section, I have a small bottle of Frangelico here. I bought this a while back, pretty long time ago, to make a specific drink with it, and I actually don't remember what that drink was, I'm sorry, but I love hazelnuts and I love the flavor of hazelnut oil and things like that, but Frangelico is just not my favorite to add to drinks. It doesn't hit the spot for me, so I So I usually end up adding it into Mark's drinks when I'm making him something on the sweeter side.